On a flight from Dallas Love to LAX, I found myself seated between two ridiculously attractive people. The lovely Latina in the window seat was beyond gorgeous, tall and svelte, with long legs and tan skin and shiny black hair. She was dressed to the nines and looked as though she'd stepped out of a fashion spread in Vogue. The handsome man in the aisle seat looked like a poor man's Brad Pitt and exuded an air of distinct but approachable professionalism. It was October 2008, and things weren't exactly stellar in my life. I'd lost my job as a hotel manager earlier that year, and because of my specific geographical location and the global economic crisis, I couldn't find work in, well, any of the multiple professional fields for which I'm qualified. I'd eventually found work as a dog bather at a pet grooming shop, lifting dogs more than half my weight over my head into a chest-high tub, squeezing their anal glands, dealing with flea dip in my eyes, and facing showers of dirty dog water day in, day out. It didn't help that I'm firmly in the cat corner and secretly terrified of dogs. But I forged on, because a job is a job, and those are hard to come by in rural Arkansas. This trip to Los Angeles was the one bright spot in my life. I was meeting up in person with 20 people I'd met online, but first I had to make it through this flight, hopefully unnoticed and obscure. Just before takeoff, lovely Latina realized she didn't need her handbag. "Senor," she said in a deep, throaty voice, "would you please put my bag away?" Fate Pitt gave her a crooked, boyish grin and obliged, putting her belongings in the overhead compartment. Sitting again, he leaned forward and asked lovely Latina from where she hailed. "Argentina," she said, "but I live in Houston now. I'm on my way to California to see my boyfriend." She sighed and pursed her perfect lips in a pretty pout. "Long-distance relationships are so taxing," she lamented, then broke into a smile. "And where are you from?" Fate Pitt indicated he was on his way home to Orange County. I thought that was the end of it, but he didn't lean back. "What do you do in Houston?" he inquired of lovely Latina. "Well, in Argentina, I was a swimsuit model, but I didn't find that very challenging. So now I'm getting a master's in biochemical engineering." I stifled the urge to roll my eyes, but lovely Latina said it with such simplicity and sincerity that I suspected she was telling the truth. I tried to shrink into my seat, although it was clear they were not aware of anyone's presence but their own. "And you?" she asked Fate Pitt. "What do you do?" "I'm a doctor, a plastic surgeon," he replied. And then, with what appeared to be absolute modesty and matter-of-factness, he said, "I'm on my way home from a Doctors Without Borders trip where my team was doing facial reconstructive surgery in Guatemala." Oh, good Lord, I thought, are you kidding me? These must be the two most perfect people on the planet. It was as if I'd stepped into a ridiculous rom-com starring Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks. Suddenly, my jersey t-shirts started sticking to me in all the wrong places, and I began to break out into a sweat. It was hotter than a billy goat in a pepper patch. It wasn't until I reached up to wipe my brow, my elbow momentarily blocking Fate Pitt's view of lovely Latina, that the pair seemed to notice I'd been sitting between them the whole time. I should mention that I'm not much to look at. I'm short, really short, having never grown past 4 feet 11 inches. And despite being 34 at the time, thanks to my good genes and my slight stature, I looked like I was a decade younger. "Oh, hello," Fate Pitt said, his eyes refocusing to take me in now that he'd noticed my appearance. "And where are you from?" I opened my eyes wide, wondering what had happened to my apparent invisibility cloak. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, I thought, here we go. This is the part where people hear me talk out loud, and I belatedly remember that I should use my sign language skills so that I can stay deadly silent. "Arkansas," I replied. Fate Pitt's smile froze. I cringed. Of course my accent came out even more strongly than usual. I was going for Birmingham Belle, and I got Billy Bob Thornton instead. The look on lovely Latina's and Fate Pitt's faces went from friendly to bemused. "And what do you do in, Arkansas?" he asked. He He bit the name of my home state out as if it were foreign to him. It was as if I'd said I was from Camelot or Atlantis, some mythical place that rose from its hidey hole at regular intervals as a gateway to the apparently real world of beautiful biochemical engineering swimsuit models from Argentina and magnificent medical professionals who selflessly serve the poor in South America. There was no way this was going to end well, and I knew it. What was I going to do? Say I was a dog bather, and then hurriedly throw in that I've been a professional journalist, a teacher, a minister, and a hotel manager? Yeah, that'd go over well. I glanced around, ostensibly to make sure no one was listening, and then murmured in a low voice, "I'm an international jewel thief." Pitt crossed his arms and leaned back in his seat for the first time since he put lovely Latina's bag in the overhead compartment. She, meanwhile, looked similarly flabbergasted. They both took in my slight frame and deceivingly youthful appearance. "Really?" he said, with his eyebrow arched. "Because you don't look like an international jewel thief." I cast around another furtive glance and then leaned in conspiratorially. "That's the point," I whispered, looking at my Latina. And then I put in my earbuds, settled back in my seat, and opened a copy of Sky Mall magazine helpfully provided by the airline, satisfied no one would